Welcome back to the Boardroom Talks. I am so excited to have you here. Welcome to episode 4, and today we're going to have such an amazing time discussing the topic on shameless persistence. Now, before we go ahead, I'd love to give a shout out to the sponsor of the day, the Vasha Studios. They are one of the best studios in the world, whether it's videos, whether it's photography, whether it's training. They have everything that you need. So let's dive right in. Well, ladies and gentlemen, did you know that for you to achieve and accomplish your dreams, you will need shameless persistence? I love to take you back to the 1900s, where two of my most favorite characters lived, the Wright brothers. Back then, science such as aerodynamics was not yet found, and the idea of gravity being a sole force was still in the minds of so many people. But then there were those two people, the Wright brothers, who believed that they could put an object, fly it into the air, and let it stay. Well, it was scientifically inconceivable and logically illogical, and so these two men refused to believe what everyone else said. They refused to listen in to the voices of the scientists who told them it was not possible, the greatest scientists in their town. They refused to listen to the voices of mockers and people who told them that you could never put an object that is heavier than oxygen and air into the air and let it stay there for a long time. But the Wright brothers didn't give in. They still believed in their dreams. And guess what? Today we have the gift of flight. Today you can have a flight from Kenya to Tanzania, or from Tanzania to the United States of America, just because two people decided to stay and keep up on their dream. They were shamelessly persistent. They refused to give in to the voices of people. They were shameless in that they never gave in. And they were shameless because they didn't care if they seemed weird or odd or stupid to other people. And it's so interesting how people would say too much, weird, very overrated. But those are words to me that actually, to me, define true genius. I'd also love to give you another story. This is one of my favorite stories from the book Think and Grow Rich. So one of the characters, Edwin C. Burns, had a strong desire to work with Thomas Edison. He told Edison that he wanted to be one of his partners, and there was something so different about him. Thomas Edison later admits that there was a passion in his eyes and a hunger in his soul, that he wanted to be one of the greatest, working side by side with such a great mind. Unfortunately, at first glance, everyone else discarded him. People told him that he could never get to be a whole partner of Thomas Edison. People told him that he did not have the education, he did not have the papers, and he was not qualified to work with Thomas Edison. But he kept on going anyway. And so, when he went to apply for the job, after being rejected, he got a janitor's job. But unlike most people, he was not shameful about it. He did not beat himself about it, but he took it as an opportunity to prove himself. So instead of going back and saying, okay, this is so embarrassing, I can't be a janitor, I want to be a partner of Thomas Edison, no, he took the job and he started working. He worked as a janitor, and soon one day in the company, there came a problem. Thomas Edison had devised a telegraph and wanted to sell it to as many people as possible. His marketing and sales team told him, this is such a terrible idea. It would never sell. But Edwin C. Burns, he saw this as an opportunity and took up the challenge. Little did he know that it was through that same challenge that he actually would get to be a partner of Thomas Edison. Not only did he sell a few pieces, he nearly sold everything that Thomas Edison had made of that prototype. So what am I saying? I'm saying that no matter what field you're in, your dream will require shameless persistence. To me, it meant knocking on doors to have sponsors for my business. To me, it meant pitching in pitching competitions when I was literally scared to the toe, and when I was so embarrassed because I made a mistake previous times. To me, it meant having pop-up sales when I was still in school with little business experience, being told by so many people you're too young to run a business. But anyways, I went there. And little did I know it was those days that I was too scared to speak in front of investors and teachers and students my age that I would be the winner. It was little did I know that the days where I was too scared to go out for my pop-up sales, that I would make immense sales that literally shocked me as a young child still attending schools. It was these moments that shaped me. It was that moments where I decided that I would be shamelessly persistent, regardless being told, Kayla, you're being too much, or Kayla, you're too passionate, like, can't you just calm down for a minute? Or the times when most people were like, you can't do this, but I was shameless about it. I was like, this is what I'm called to do, and I will live and I will burn and be so passionate about it. And that has led to success in so many inconceivable ways. So for you, I don't know what it could mean to you. Maybe you're starting out a business and you're in between the sides of should I start or should I not start? Or maybe you want to pitch in front of investors and you're just going right to a business pitch before some of the greatest investors you've ever known. Well, I want to tell you that you can do it. It is possible. You have to just be persistent. Persistent means that you will never give up. The Thomas Edison, when he created the light bulb that is in your house, in my house, in everyone's house, he failed 999 times. And you've probably not failed 999 times, so you still have hope. You can still continue going. One no does not negate the fact that you can win, that you can be successful in the end. I love the CEO of Starbucks, one of the largest businesses with the largest groups of franchises in the world. He says that he learned to be shamelessly persistent, in that he would be as passionate as he was on the 500th try as he was on day one. He would be so passionate on client 239, trying to seek for money, trying to seek for seed money, trying to seek for investment to grow Starbucks, as he was on day one, despite the no's. So I want to tell you that forget the no's, forget the many people who told you you're being weird, you're being too much, you're being stubborn, can't you just calm down, just be normal for once, I want to tell you, keep on pushing, be shameless about it, don't care what anyone says, because at the end of it all, it's you and God. So make sure that God is the person that you're trying to please each and every single day. Don't look to the eyes of people. Be persistent to go when it's only you cheering yourself, when it's only you during those trainings, those reps, those workouts, when it's you at 4 a.m. grinding so that you can get high SAT scores, when it's you at 5 p.m. trying to study so that you can be valedictorian in your school, or if it's you at 10 p.m. trying to create a business pitch and trying to sell in front of multi-million clients and stuff. I want to encourage you that you can do it, and I 100% believe that you can. And so if this podcast has been amazing to you, if you've been able to learn one or two things, then I would highly recommend that you share it to someone who you know might be going through the same thing as you are. Well, it's been so amazing talking to you. Can't wait to see you in the next podcast.